Hi, I'm Barbara Boshin, and thank you guys for coming tonight. I'm so excited. This is going to be such a great meeting tonight. I'm from Co-Merchant, and Chakra and I run the Jersey Amazon meetup, and we haven't met up in person in at least a year. Maybe we're at 14 months now. So we'll do one pretty soon. I think we're going to do a live one probably in the next few months, I hope. Tonight we have a sorry, Chakra, go ahead. I'll give you something. Okay.
So I am Chakra Indapelli. I run a small accounting and tax firm focused on Amazon sellers. So that's Barbara and I started this, I guess, a year and a half, 2 years back, maybe now, right? So
yeah, I think so. Yeah, we do everything in person, and we're meeting at the Elks Club, and seems like a century ago.
Yep.
It does seems so weird, the whole thing. I can't even wait to just get out of the house and go have dinner and get on a plane and go somewhere. I've got to get out of here. But tonight, let's be positive, as we were saying. Tonight we have a very special guest, Barbara Drazga, and I would call her the bundle queen. She's high energy, high excitement, and high knowledge, and she's going to give us just a run through on how you can take whatever you're doing and repackage it into something more and something bigger and something better. And I'm just going to hand it over to you now, Barbara.
Awesome. Hey, is there any way you guys can give me permission to record this on my end?
Yes, I don't know.
Because I have to ask host permission to record. Please, asking permission.
Oh, yep, well, that would be Chakra, so he can set that up. And he also needs to give you the ability to do the presentation, to have the...
Oh, I can't share. It looks like I can share screen.
I gave you share permission. I don't know how to give you record permission. If you tell me, I'll do it. So if not, we are recording it anyway, so we can pass it.
Okay, let me click on present. There we go. How's that? Boom.
Right.
Can
there
you
it
see
is. Good. Okay. Yep, that's perfect.
All right, and I'm just going to close my face on the screen here, so you can just see my presentation, and I'll just dig right in. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the chat or the Q&A, and I will be doing, this is very interactive, so I'm thrilled that you took the time out of your day to be here with us, because we're gonna make sure you leave here with a ton of actionable information that you can start creating bundles right away. That's my goal. I am going to ask you questions in here, so you can't sleep or go do something else, wash the dishes while you're doing this, because it is interactive. And I find that we learn best when we interact. And then I'm going to do a show and tell towards the end and a Q&A. I'm going to show you a ton of bundles that I've created, am in the process of creating, just to get your kind of creative juices going. So here we go. My name is Barbara Drazga, and you can find out more about what I do at www.smartbundling.com. And I'll share more information about how to contact me later, but let's dig into the content. So here's what we're going to learn in our time together today. How to plan your bundles before you buy any inventory. How many people have bought a bunch of inventory and then realized you couldn't make any money on it? You got dead inventory sitting around. I know every one of you is raising your hands right now, because I have as well. So I learned my lesson, and I create bundles before I buy inventory. How to niche your bundle concept so you can get higher prices, and how to keep competitors from hopping on your listings, which is key. That's one of the beauties of bundling, is nobody can compete against me when I do it the right way. And then I'm going to share you bundles I'm creating. So tell me a little bit about you. This is this is the first interactive part. Tell me how long you have been selling on Amazon. You brand spanking new, put a 1 in the chat. If you've been playing around, dabbling, put a 2. If you think you have some chops, you're 3. And if you're an absolute know-it-all, this is the trick question. You'll put 4. Nobody should put 4, because none of us are know-it-alls. That is the nature of Amazon. So if somebody could shout out to me, Barbara or Chakra, could you go ahead and shout out what is in the chat? Do we have newbies?
I see. I'm going to say probably 2s and 3s.
Okay, and what do you think you are, Barbara?
I'm a 4.
Oh.
I'll take the bait.
Well, I like that. I like that. That's a challenge for me. At the end, here's my goal now at the end of this presentation. You heard it here first, folks. I want Barbara to say, well, I really learned something.
I will.
By the end of this presentation. All right, let's keep going. So it all started with a rubber chicken and a dream. That's Gizmo, not the rubber chicken, the cat. And this was me about 2015 when I first started selling on Amazon. Now I've been selling physical products online since 1996. And I started a publishing company in the energy industry back in 2002. So I am no stranger to selling stuff online. But I was very new to selling on Amazon back in 2015. And on September 2015, I decided I was going to just dig in, all in. And my first bundle is actually a multi-pack, was this rubber chicken. Now, my cat was just completely obsessed with this. I would throw it, he would drag it around by its foot, he'd lay on it to get it to squeak. It was the funniest thing. Look at the look on Gizmo's face. He's like, I want the chicken. So I put 3 of these guys into as a multi-pack on somebody else's listing. I put 3 into a padded envelope, and I think I mailed 3 sets of 3 into Amazon. This was my very first shipment in Amazon to just kind of get my feet wet and figure out how the heck do I create a shipment. How many of you remember your first shipment? Tell me what your first shipment was, if especially the funnier the better. You know, what was the first thing you thought to send into Amazon? Put that in the chat for me. And if it's something as funny as a rubber chicken that your cat loved, even better. Okay, tell me what they're saying in the chat as I move forward here.
So I was the first one, and I wrote used stuffed animals because that's what I started out selling. And I remember my husband going, there's no way those are going to sell.
Very cool. And you proved him wrong, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
What else? What was your first
retail arbitrage, Iron Giant figures from the VS8. I remember the Iron Giant. I like that movie. Jewelry.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. How cool that everybody had like a different niche, different experience. It's pretty cool. So we all started somewhere is my point. So if you're nervous about bundling or about selling in a different niche you haven't tried, or about branching out outside of Amazon, or about learning how to really optimize your listings, whatever you're nervous about doing now because you're fearful because it's new, don't worry about it. You were fearful when you first started on Amazon, and look where you are now. So we're going to work on getting your bundling confidence up today. And I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to make a pretty big promise. And I'm going to say you're going to feel really excited about bundling by the end of my presentation. Not just a little bit excited. You're going to feel really excited. You're going to be just jacked up about bundling by the end of the, hey, how you doing, Howard? About the end of the presentation. All right, here we go. I'm going to go back to the presentation. Remember, this is interactive. I warned you. There we go. And Gizmo's around here somewhere. He or Boo are very likely to walk across my desk at some point. Just say hi. That's part of the presentation. I meant to do that. Okay, so you can reach me on the web. Go to smartbundling.com, on facebook.com/bundlesecrets, and on Instagram. I don't go on Instagram as much as I should. I'm not very good at Instagram, but I've been told I have to have a presence. So if you reach out to me on Instagram, there's a chance you won't hear back from me. But if you find me on Facebook, that is probably the fastest way to get in touch with me. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this, and we'll dive right in. And I'll show this information again at the end. So why bundles? You can sell your products at a higher price point and profit margin when it's a bundle. You can beat your competition. You guys know this stuff, right? Build out related products so you can own a market niche. And I'm going to tell you some of the niches that I'm in, which is very different from any other training you've had by somebody teaching you something about selling on Amazon, because most Amazon sellers won't tell you the niches you're in. I'm very different. I will tell you where I'm rocking and rolling, so you can go off and create your own bundles in that niche or related niches as well. I believe there's enough, more than enough abundance for everyone. When you customize, you ward off lazy sellers. There's so many lazy sellers on Amazon. Don't worry about the numbers that say there are 3 million new Amazon sellers this week alone. Most of them are lazy sellers, and they're going to go away because they don't do the work. And then you can provide an amazing customer experience when you bundle, which Amazon loves. And I'm going to show you some of the little tricks I do on my bundles that, now there's no way for me to validate this, but I believe increases my customer feedback, positive customer feedback, and gets more reviews of my products just by doing that little extra. So let's do the math. How profitable can bundles be? when you create just 10 bundles, everybody get out your calculator. Because I know some people, like I stumbled on this when I first did the math and I had to like recalculate it 3 or 4 or 5 times. You create 10 bundles where you average a net profit of $10 and you sell just 50 of each of those 10 bundles at $10 each a month, at $10 net profit a month. That's 5,000 net monthly profit, which is 60,000 net annual, just from 10 bundles. My goal is to create 10 new bundle concepts a week. Now, not all your bundles are going to be a home run, but when you approach bundling in the way that I'm going to show you how to do it, you're not going to waste a lot of money on buying a bunch of junk product and then test your bundles out. You're going to validate your bundle products before you buy any product. That is my goal for you. I see some folks in the chat asking questions. Is there anything I need to answer?
I will let you know.
Okay. Here's my unique approach to bundling. Know your market before you source. Don't go buying products. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll hear my voice in your head saying, don't do it. When you go to buy product before you've done your evaluation, which means you need to identify competition, build and evaluate your bundle concepts again before buying anything. Then you're allowed to identify suppliers. Then competition, you proof your bundle. I'm going to show you some actual real life examples of how I competition proof my bundles. You will test and refine selling that bundle, drive traffic to your Amazon listings, either with pay-per-click on Amazon and off Amazon. But my goal is to get organic sales rank on Amazon without doing pay-per-click. And when I do steps 1, 2, and 3 properly, then I have pretty much organic growth without pay-per-click on my bundles. And then automate and delegate. There are ways to automate and delegate portions of the bundling process. So here's some types of bundles. If you've ever seen me speak, you know, I talk a lot about unicorns because it's a fanatical niche market. You'll hear me talk a lot about mashups, which are 2 or more niche markets that are mashed together, where you get a really passionate market by mashing them together. So some bundles can be like a bundle that solves a problem. It's a solution bundle, a bundle that feeds a passion, activity kits, refill kits, ready to give gifts. I love refill kits, by the way, because they have to buy it over and over again to refill whatever it is your bundle addresses, whatever products that they're using up on a regular basis. Your bundle can be their go-to refill every couple of weeks, every month, whatever. Bulk products, so sell to B2B, where people need large quantities of 3 or 4 different types of products, and you create a bundle for that market. Ready to give gifts, decoration kits. These are just some ideas off the top of my head, but not the be all and end all. Now, understand the difference between seasonal bundles and evergreen bundles. So my goal is to build my evergreen bundle inventory up. All right, that's my focus with bundles. And then after I have a stable of products, then you want to start creating some seasonal bundles to add to. Mother's Day is coming up. I've got a couple of Mother's Day bundles out that I'll tell you a little bit about, and I'll tell you what they are and why I decided to create them, what niche they feed. So you want to definitely focus on building your evergreen bundles out first, and then you can add your seasonal bundles onto that as the season dictates. Okay, so step number 1, you want to do niche market research. Know your market before you source, and I want to identify passions that need to be fed and problems that need to be solved. Conduct deep keyword research. There are a lot of tools out there, including, Barb, you want to pipe in?
There's Helium 10, there's Merchant Words, there's Keepa will get you keywords. You can type keywords just by typing a word into the Amazon search bar. You can get it practically everywhere.
Yeah, predictive text. Also Google. Don't just start keyword research on Amazon. I go to Google, Pinterest, Etsy. There are so many tools out there to do keyword research off of Amazon. Because remember, you're not looking for products right now. You're just looking for passions and problems around which you can create a bundle to feed those passions and solve the problems. So you'll do your deep keyword research everywhere. Look for niches where you can combine high volume keywords. We call them mashups. And this guy on the right-hand side is a guy dressed up in a unicorn costume, I'm guessing for Halloween. But think about it. If you guys did tonight after this presentation, go do a search for unicorn wedding and mermaid wedding. Now, wedding is a very strong niche market in and of itself. But when you add unicorn or mermaid or goth or skull or Day of the Dead, and you mash that up with weddings, take a look at the response you're going to get with that really niche but passionate market. And start on Google and just search for it. And then go over to images and start looking around at what types of products are being fed to those markets. You'll be surprised. So brainstorming time. Tell me in the chat things that you're passionate about. I don't just want to tell you what to do. I want you to show you a starting point. So what are some things you're passionate about? Now we're going to qualify this and say what you're passionate about. I want you to niche it. So don't just say animals. I want you to say, I'm passionate about miniature ponies, right?
Railroads and train engines.
Train engine. Ooh. Let's come over here to the chat because I want you guys to make sure that I am showing you.
Sports and football.
So rail cars and train engines, that's cool. But big ones or little ones, right? So think about that. That's a whole different niche. There's two different niches there that, the big train engines, people like to go follow them, ride on them, make experiences around them, photograph them. And then there's the little ones like the HO scale, right? People like to collect
collectibles,
make whole, not even just collectibles, but make whole, like in their whole basement into a giant like town built around a railroad, right? National parks. What do you like about national parks? Real trains, model trains, farm animals. Sarah, what's your favorite farm animal, Sarah? Tell me your favorite farm animal. Come on, alpaca, right? Miniature donkey. Okay, that's super cool.
Oh, I can get you.
Now, are there other people who are crazy, passionate about miniature donkeys? Dachshunds. I'm in the dachshund market. You wrote that, didn't you? I love dachshund market. I'm actually going to show you an order that I'm fulfilling today. That was I'll show you a little bit later, but I've got some fun samples here for you. Some props. What else do we have here? Football, sports football. So Howard, if I challenged you to kind of niche it down, and I actually have a product. Oh, and I don't have it here. It's sports related, but it's sports teams that are printed on a miniature guitar that's 10 inches tall. They're super cool. I bought about 3,500 of them. I bought out the supplier, went out of business, and there's different sports teams on a miniature guitar. So if you said to me, Barbara, I like football and I play guitar, you are my niche market for all of those little miniature guitars with the different sports teams on it. So that's a mashup of people who play or love guitar and love football. What else do we have here? Okay, awesome. So glow in the dark skulls. Okay, that's interesting. Now, Tamara, is it Tamara or Tamara?
Or
Tamara.
What's that?
It's Tamara.
Tamara. Okay, I did say it right. I wanted to make sure. So the glow in the dark skulls, do you like skulls that look like human heads, or do you like Day of the Dead design
sugar skulls? Yeah.
Right,
I like both. I like them both because I used to live in New Mexico and Arizona. So yeah.
So why do you like the glow in the dark ones?
I couldn't tell you. I just enjoy looking at it. It's a Disney World thing, the Haunted Mansion at Disney World. I love the theme of everything glowing and phantoms flying around. It's a kid thing, but it's something I just love as an adult.
So I would challenge you to go on Google and type in glow in the dark skulls, because you also said phantom in there too. So I smell a bundle. I smell a Halloween bundle at the very least of things that you hang upside down, you hang from the ceiling that all glow in the dark. Okay, so let me get back to the presentation because I tend to get off and start brainstorming with you guys. So I want to be careful. I'm giving you a ton of content here before we brainstorm, and then we will. So you want to do your competitive research after you've identified a fanatical niche market like miniature donkeys. You want to identify what's being sold on and off Amazon with the keywords, and it could be miniature donkey saddles, miniature donkey grooming, right? So you want to start exploring your competition. Who is selling what? And that starts giving you ideas for products. And then identify the sales volume for these products in your niche using any number of tools out there. You guys all know them. Helium 10 Jungle Scout Viral Launch will tell you what are the sales volume for the products that you're finding in that niche. Identify the holes in the market. Who's missing the boat? If you have a miniature donkey, you know exactly what that little guy needs or gal needs, and you can't find that product on Amazon, or maybe there's a substandard product, you know that's a hole in the market because there are other miniature donkey owners that probably need the same thing. And then you want to identify weaknesses in products and weaknesses in listings. And these last three things here also apply to private label. Does it sound familiar? So this is basically private label research, but you do it before you buy anything. Make your bundle irresistible. I want people when they see my bundle to say, pardon my language, shut up and take my money. I don't want them to have to think about it. And I'm going to show you some shut up and take my monies that you're going to say, Barbara, where can I buy that? At the end of this presentation. So you want to create an added value experience so they smile when they get the bundle. They don't just buy it, but when they open up that Amazon box, you give them a double smile with how you've packaged your bundle, for example, and what's in the bundle. And your initial research on your passions and problems is going to reveal to you what your customer wants. You're going to ask yourself when you've identified something like owners of miniature donkeys, what do they want or need? And what else do they want or need and why? And when you answer the question why, that helps you understand the problem that you're solving for them. Make it unique. Do not do a Me Too bundle. That drives me nuts. Over deliver, packaging, inserts. Really, I didn't make up the saying, but I heard it decades ago and it never left me. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. So when you do that little extra, it's A, good business, B, will help your reviews, and C, will make people happy, which is never a bad thing. Ask the right questions, not what can I throw in this bundle? We've all seen the bundles with, a bridle for a donkey plus a brush set, and then they throw in a keychain, right? That's not how you bundle. Don't throw in a keychain. What else does my ideal buyer want or need is what you need to ask in order to build the bundle out. Do's and don'ts, no Me Too products. Don't go create somebody else's bundle the same way they do and try to hop on their listing. Don't go to the people who go to the Dollar Tree and they buy, their plates and napkins, matching plates and napkins, and everybody can go to the Dollar Tree and buy the same thing, right? They haven't delineated themselves out with anything unique. Don't be one of those. Provide a great customer experience by making your bundle competition proof. Don't bundle stuff by throwing crap in there that doesn't have anything to do with the passion or the problem. Going through all the work of researching to create a great bundle, and then you don't optimize your listing. That is just
Criminal.
sad, because if you've got a product that people will love, but they can't find you because you're not creating, you've got poor photos and you don't have a keyword rich listing created, then that's a shame all around. And then make sure that you're not, you've got enough margin in your bundles, because this is a business, okay? That you know what your minimum price point is on a bundle. Mine is 25, very, very, very minimum 25. But most of my bundles are higher than that. And then overthinking perfectionism. Some people want to put the kitchen sink in there and make no money, and they overthink it. They never launch. And sometimes you just got to dig in, launch, and then refine. Here's a poor bundle example. For $48, you get some plates and you get napkins and you get forks and you get a happy birthday banner. Now, I like the target market is the Jack Skeleton, right? And you get a tablecloth. So this is another interactive. I'm going to test you guys. What's missing? Now, you are the customer buying this. Your kid loves Jack Skellington, and you're putting together the birthday table. This thing gets delivered to your house, and it arrives, and the birthday cake shows up, and the kids are coming in at like 15 minutes. What is missing? Anybody? Think about it.
Blowers.
No, picture
Favors,
your
candles.
table. Picture the table set up in your dining room with these
A
items on the table.
centerpiece. A centerpiece.
Okay, what else? You've made the Kool-Aid. What are you gonna do with the Kool-Aid? Cups.
Cups.
There we go.
Yeah, I said cups.
I
Yeah,
didn't
there's
hear
no cups, there's no favors, there's no candles.
for $48. Now, what's
Yeah.
wrong with the listing? We could go on. That's a whole nother presentation. One picture The bullet points of no description. This is terrible, terrible, terrible. Don't
Yeah.
do this. Do this. Here's a good bundle example. It's a private label product. I actually bought this. We can eat, but here's how you make it better. So I was looking when we were traveling, I was looking for products that would help me work out in the hotel room, but that were small that I could take with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I found this and bought it. And then I started thinking, well, I'm a girl. I would really like this stuff in pastel colors. Not only that, but that bag, that black bag, I not only want it in a cute pastel color, but all it says on it is Wenfeng, which is the private label brand name. Wouldn't it be cooler if it were pink and it had a silhouette of a woman flexing, kind of like this? A silhouette of a woman taking a power pose, right? And it's pink. Now, would I want to carry that sucker through the airport with my little bands in there, right? And be proud, and people just say, oh my God, that's so cute. Nobody's going to have that reaction when the bag is black and says Wenfeng on it, right? So
Right.
this person, I'm guessing it's a he, this person could have upped their game by identifying their target market better. And this value added piece of a bag is great in that it'll hold the stuff, but they haven't made that bag part of the value of the bundle. And all they had to do is put something else on it. And then you could put Wenfeng in the smaller underneath it, right? Or you could put a saying on it that says, strong women survive, whatever, with a picture like a silhouette of a woman with muscles, whatever. And then he could have done variations by having different colors. He could have had a female version of it, with pastel. He could have had a kid version of it. Otherwise, look at this rank, 6618 in sports at the time. This was a great product and listing. He could have done even better. Now, when you find a listing like this, I want you to ask yourself, how could this product be niched down, this bundle be niched down even more? Another thing I would put in here, now let's remember, you're going to put on your hat, I am the customer now. I am the girl who bought those things. And I remember where I'm going? I'm going to my hotel room, right? Now I'm in the hotel room and I've got this bag of bands. Now what? Shout it out, somebody, put it in the chat. Now what do? Wouldn't it be cool if there was something in the bundle that would tell me how to use the bands? Like a little laminated card that would fit perfectly in that bag. And then maybe a bonus foldable card that's maybe 11 by 17 folded up that at home I can unfold and tack it to the wall. And it has a dozen different exercises using the bands. And that little wallet card would have maybe 4 on the front, 4 on the back, upper body, lower body, laminated, so I could keep it in that little pouch with my bands when I travel. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So all I did was I put myself in the customer's perspective, say, wow, this is a great product, but now I'm in my hotel room. I don't know how to use these things without injuring myself. Boy, it would be really nice if, there was something in there with instructions on what to do. So that's how you would make a bundle that you're finding on Amazon even better, by really understanding what the customer needs. It's not just about the product. It's what problem is it solving? What passion is it feeding? Okay, so let me go back to share screen. I do go off on tangents. Sorry, guys. Okay, where to source after you have identified the viability. Okay, do you have long-term access to your bundle products is one of your viability questions. There are caveats to that, but you want to know that you can get product long-term. Retail stores, wholesale, liquidation-based products to use in multiple bundles. You can manufacture your own products. Your brand owners who will white label their own products with your brand on it. Etsy, advertising promotion companies. The ideas are endless. So if you needed, and I did, I have a blanket brand, and I needed a shark to put with a shark blanket. So I Googled, this took all of 20 seconds to find this. I Googled wholesale plush, and boom, there it was. This company, see the little shark there. Now this happened to be a bundle of these 6 little bitty animals, but look at the price. If I buy a gross of them at 54 cents each, I can pop out that shark and put it with my blanket, and then find other uses for the other 5 plush product, right? I could actually create a bundle just out of the remaining 5 plush. And this is just an example of, you're going to hear me say a lot, Google is your friend. Start on Google if you're looking for products and put wholesale and then fill in the blank. AliExpress, another great place that I source, and it allows me to test out maybe small quantity of bundles of a niche market or a passion. This was a bundle we did for the back to school market, kids who were going to university and they were living in student housing.
Mhm.
So this is a kitchen bundle with this, this cute little organizer and some little hang thingies and the towels and the hooks. And we did like 3 different color variations. We did a pink one, a green one, and a blue one. And then we put 5 or 6 different items of the same color in each of the bundle. Okay, and you don't have to have large MOQs on AliExpress. Step 5, you want to competition proof your bundles. Source from various suppliers. I'm going to show you bundles I've created where I got the products from multiple suppliers. And good luck, anybody who wanted to try to hop on my listing, they won't be able to find where I got everything. Create unique packaging, add a custom piece, and I'll show you some examples of some of these, like the certificate. So here's a bundle one of my first bundles I did back in 2016. I had purchased these hand puppets from a supplier, and there's actually 2 different versions of this bundle that happened. So there were 6 farm animal and safari animal hand puppets, really cute, plush, just adorable. So I put them in. I printed out an adoption certificate that interacted with the child. So the adoption certificate said, "My name is," and then a blank spot so the kid could fill in their name. And then, and I am the proud adopter of, and then it listed the pig, horse, dog, frog, monkey, bear, and their names are, and then it allowed the child to name each of these puppets. So now I'm really personalizing it for the kid. And then the package was actually a flip top box, which I'll show you an example of one of those in a minute. And on the outside, I had printed, when you go to adopt an animal and they give you an animal in a box, what are there on the outside? There's air holes, right? So I printed just air holes on the outside edges. And then inside, we printed a stage. So when they turned the box inside out, now they can use the box as a stage to make, plays with their animals. Then the second variation I did was a whole different target market. Anybody golf? Is anybody golf? Put in the chat, say yes if you golf. I want to see some yeses in there. I don't golf. I like to hit golf balls to, get out frustrations, but I don't know how to golf. But when I see people golf, sometimes I see them trouncing around with their golf bags. And what do they have on their golf clubs sometimes? They have cute little, golf ball, their golf, I don't even know what it's called, golf club toppers, right? So it was actually a customer of mine, a local customer, who said, "Oh my God, I love those golf club toppers." And I said, "You mean the puppets?" She says, "Yeah." So I went to Goodwill right after she left. I bought 2 different golf clubs, a big wood one and a small metal one, and to make sure they did fit, and they did. So I created a whole different bundle, a whole different listing, just with all 6 of these as golf club covers. Same product. Fun, right?
Yeah.
Do I need to check the chat here?
No, we're good. Howard
Okay.
likes mini golf.
Mini golf, there you go. We do miniature ones. Okay, so promotional companies are a great way to add value to your bundles, but you can also use them to create a bundle just with promotional company items. And we've all seen these. You go to a trade show and they're giving away pens with their company name on it. But think about it. Let's say you did a bundle for tweeny girls, little 12, 13-year-old girls. What do they all have? A cell phone, right? But instead of putting a logo, you could get this cell phone holder, the carry case, the pop socket, one of these little cell phone wallet with rings, but don't put a logo on it. What are you going to put on it? It's a 12-year-old girl.
Unicorns, hearts, and flowers.
Boom. So you can choose
Rainbows.
what image you put on any of these. It does not have to be, nor should it be, the logo of your company. So you could choose like 4 or 5 of these and market it to whatever that niche market is. Dachshunds, or teddy bears, or miniature donkeys, right? I love mini donks. I'm not sure if there's a shortcut for donkey, right? But you could have somebody create a cute little logo, use at Fiverr on Upwork, and make sure you own the rights to that image when they create it for you. And then that becomes part of the value of that bundle. More custom ideas here. Screenshot this screen. Here's some ideas for adding things to your bundle: hospitality mints, online labels.com, Vistaprint. Google is your friend. Always type in custom labels and then fill in the blank. Or I'm sorry, custom printed and then fill in the blank. Because there are so many customization companies out there, you can find somebody to customize things for you to add it to your bundle. Versions, maximize your bundle concept. So when you create various versions, like we did with the back to school item with different colors, it allows you to negotiate a better price for the main item in your bundle. And then you can change the items around it to create variations. And then you can leverage the reviews with listing variations on one listing. Having fun? Everybody having fun? Because I've got some show and tell to do.
Before the show and tell, I have a question, Barbara. We have a question in the chat that probably should answer. How do you put these on Amazon? Do you use your own UPC? Do you have your own brand? Are you brand registered? Like, do you buy UPC codes? Well, how do you do it?
I do two things. The first thing I do is GTIN exemption. I request a GTIN exemption. I also own my own GTIN account at gs1.org. I'm sorry, GS1 account at gs1.org. After I've tested out a bundle, then I'll put one of my UPCs on it. I want to this caveat for those of you who might not know or have heard it incorrectly elsewhere. Amazon changed the ability to use third-party UPC codes. Do not, under any circumstances, ever, do not buy and use third-party UPC codes. It is against Amazon's terms of service, period. And that's why they created the GTIN exemption capability. So all you have to do is go into your seller account, go to help, and type in GTIN exemption or UPC code, and it will give you a link to request an exemption for an entire category. Just do that. Okay, it's free. Just do that. Okay, so you can.
I think that window is closing too. So, well,
we don't know that until they say it is. So we're going to get into the show and tell. I just want you guys to screenshot this, smartbundling.com. Find me on Facebook, facebook.com/bundlesecrets, on Instagram. My name is Barbara Drazga, and hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions. And now we're going to do a live show and tell along with Q&A. Oops. Okay. Whew. Let me take a breath here. Okay, what other questions do we have? Ooh, a QR code. That's a good idea. And that workout kit. No, you do not need a brand for a GTIN exemption. When you request a GTIN exemption, it asks you what brand, and you just type in generic. And then you click submit, and then, okay, Susan. Susan begs to differ.
Huh?
Sorry, Susan, I can't hear you. Susan, go ahead and put it in the chat. Susan doesn't agree with me. But I can't hear Susan.
I can't tell what she's, how are you reading the lips?
Because she was shaking her head. Okay, so I'm just
oh.
going to keep going. I can't hear Susan. Susan, tell me in the chat why you don't agree with me. Okay.
Start typing, Susan.
All right, I'm going to keep moving forward.
She'll do it. I'll keep monitoring.
Here we go. I'm going to keep the train moving here. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. So I'm going to change the view so it's just me. Just me. Go ahead and minimize your screen, Barb, so that I can, I want them to be able to see just me because I'm going to be holding things up.
I'm not doing that, so.
All right.
What do you see on my screen? You see the chat?
Talking Barbara. That's what I see. But just you. I'm not quite sure how to do this. So we stopped sharing the screen. So tell me, can you guys all see me? Okay, so let's just dig in. So here's one of my newest bundles. And this was actually, so it is a unicorn planter, but the word planter wasn't that great a keyword. And this is one of my props. It can also be used as, and here's how I did the mashup. It fits stuff from your office, right? So now it becomes something I can put in my office. Now it's an office supply, okay? But here's what I put with it, because I found that the word garden in the spring is a very well-traveled keyword, right? So I put with it Hummingbird. This is a box of seeds and dirt, right? And hummingbird, my mashup is hummingbird unicorn planter, garden. Hummingbird garden. If you looked at the keyword research on hummingbird garden, people who want to build flowers in a garden to attract hummingbirds, it was a huge pop. So here's what here's what it looks like in its box. All right, the garden, and then that goes with that. And then my custom piece is I created a maze. Let's do this a little bit, a maze. And I called her Una the unicorn, and I put a little flower in the middle so that the kid can help Una find the maze. And then on the other side, I put love unicorns, right? Little message. And I did all of this in Canva and Vistaprint. And that fits right on top of the box. Okay. And then I bought these boxes that fit exactly. Boom. And this is the finished bundle with these pieces in there. Okay. So that's a live bundle. Next, we'll do, this is a little bit later. We'll do that in a minute. So everybody loves office supplies. There must be a name for the office supply addiction because I'm addicted to office supplies. There's got to be a word for it, right? So everybody likes office supplies and journals. So this is a bundle with this cute little office supply set that's got little paper clips. It's pink and black. So I get the terms rose gold, which is well-trafficked keyword. And then I've got this little planner here. Believe in yourself. Rose, because I've got gold on it. So that goes with the rose gold. And then I put together stickers with it. Okay. So that they can journal. And then I wrote a story about how it's great for young ladies, you know, early teens, 14, 15, 16, they're journaling, they're going through self-exploration, right? And doing a lot of diary and writing down their thoughts. So we put this together, but instead of just putting it in a poly bag, like most bundlers would, we might put it in something like organza bags. Love organza bags. There's an organza bag, right? Where it cinches up at the top. I use these a lot. This little extra thing, remember the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. So if you put this in here like that, you might be able to put something else with it. This put into a poly bag is a whole different presentation than just the stuff stuffed into a poly bag. Make sense? So doing this little extra, I want to surprise and delight. Those are my words, surprise and delight. When they open that Amazon box and they rip it open, we've all had the experience. We bought something on Amazon, we open up the box and things are just thrown in there and they're crumpled up and they're nasty. I want them to pull out my bundle and see something like this that they didn't expect. All right. I truly believe this increases people going to Amazon and taking the time to leave me a review. In fact, one of the biggest, the most often a written review is I love the packaging on all of the platforms I sell on. I love the packaging. So, but it's simple, you know, it's just a little desk set and a binder. Okay, so this is a dog niche, which I love the dog niche, and I love going after niches within the dog niche. So right now I am hot and heavy going after dachshund market. Okay, so I bought 2,000 of these, but I have the ability to get 18,000 more. And my supplier is holding on to them for me until I make a decision in his showroom. But the mashup on this is small dogs, people who like to dress up their small dogs, but then these three colors together is a July 4th patriotic bundle. So if you have a Yorkie, for example, and you'd like to dress up your Yorkie and put on like a little red, white, and blue flag bow tie, and you know he's carrying around a flag during July 4th, you are going to love these ponchos, these little bow tie doggy ponchos, but in red, white, and blue. What? It's a little doggy poncho that goes over the doggy, and it's got a little bow tie, but I've got a bunch of different colors. And if I put the red, the white, and the blue together, now I have a patriotic dog costume bundle. That make sense?
Yep.
Now I can niche it instead of just saying dog ponchos. Now it's small dogs, patriotic bundle, July 4th. I can write some marketing copy around it and get some great keywords in there. Okay, next. You can see a lot of blankets in my life because I own a private label blanket brand. So here's a cute little blanket, chevron, pink and purple with a bunny rabbit, easy peasy bundle, right? And then you can, I can't tell you too much about this yet because I'm not very good at it, but I started personalizing the ears around Easter time. I got the equipment required. I'm not going full blown yet because I'm still testing the market, but now I can do personalized Easter bundles, baby bundles. Okay, what else? Here's another baby bundle using an organza bag. So it's 2 different suppliers, 2 different products. This is a cute baby blanket with pink and gray chevron. And these are 2 swaddle blankets with bunny and a rose, a flower. But what I did was, this is just a really kind of thin, cute blanket, and they come flat out. But I rolled it up, put it in here, it fit perfectly next to this, and stuck it in an organza bag. The perceived value of that over just having a blanket with the swaddles in a poly bag is so much nicer, right? Put the bow up front and just pay a little bit extra attention. And that's what, these are the elements of a good bundle, is that you're paying attention to what your customer wants, or who would buy this and why would they buy it? What would make them happy? And I'm going to show you some samples that have nothing to do with pets or blankets, but I'm just going to show you a couple more. Unicorns are big in my world. The name of my boutique is Blue Unicorn Boutique. So this is a unicorn blanket, cute little unicorns on it. And then I found this ginormous unicorn plush that just happens to have the same colors as the unicorn blanket. It's crazy. I'm still testing that bundle. Okay, so me and the dog market. So this is a purse. This is a dog carrying purse. Picture a dachshund out of here, right? And then with it, I've got this cute little fuzzy, because dogs like things that move, they can bat around, that they can just attach to it. Not sure what happened to I guess I didn't bring that.
The cat stole it.
Here we go. This one. This is from 3 different suppliers, this bag here. And by the way, I can customize this bag. It's a drawstring backpack. And then I bought out a guy who had a failed private label product because of the packaging. That was all that was wrong with it. And that is inside this bag. I tore up his packaging. And then here is the product. It's a grooming kit for dogs. But then I also put in there from a 3rd supplier, some the little bags where the poop bags, little thing of poop bags that I got for like 5 cents each for 100 bags. And then a little container of, it's called PP attractant, where you spray it on where you want the dog to go to the bathroom. So they're attracted to that. And then I put a food mat in there as well. And I might have put a baby blanket. I can make so many different bundles out of this. And this was from one of my suppliers. It was a huge closeout for super, super cheap. I want to say like $1/4 for these because it came from, anybody have a Girl Scout child? This was a Girl Scout product.
Oh.
That didn't sell very well because it was just the bag. So 3 different suppliers.
Missing the cookies, that's why.
Missing the cookies. But on this bag, I experimented. I can put the name of the dog. I put Gizmo.
Oh, nice. That's great. That's huge.
So now you have a customized backpack that will hang on the stroller of your kid while you're walking your dog. That's got everything you need in Gizmo's bag, right? So there's
good idea.
There's a selling bundle concept.
Sarah's asking how you get the required CPC certificates for all the toys.
That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. Can we get deep into that maybe in the group? Because I want to make sure that I'm showing you all the bundle samples.
I can tell them how they get it.
Yeah,
I can handle that.
Here's my
offline.
goal in this presentation is to get you. Remember I told you what I wanted the outcome to be? I wanted you to be excited about bundling, which means I want to fuel your creative juices during this conversation. And then we can deal with the logistics of how to get it done. That's easy peasy, okay? Right now, I want you to just put everything aside and just get in your creative mindset. All right, just get creative right now, and then we'll deal with the how later. Okay, so this is a dance bag. It's kind of a really nice Gore-Tex. The dance and cheer market is huge. I learned this because right next to the boutique and the warehouse I rented last year is a dance studio. Every single day and evening, there are moms lined up with kids in tutus. I'm like, what is this strange market? So I went to find product that I could hang in the window to get them to come into the boutique and buy. So this was one of them. This is actually kind of like an applique. But then I discovered recently that I can put people's names on things. And now I can, right? But in this, one of my suppliers reached out just a couple weeks ago. It should be coming in next week. These really cool plastic mugs. They kind of look like this. But they have dance on it. So you know that's going with this. The dance mug and the dance bag will go together as my bundle. And then add the personalization piece. Boom. Who's going to be able to compete with me on this? Right? Okay, so getting off of the toys area so that you guys can think, there are bundles outside of in every single niche, okay? This is a product that I manufacture. Let me see if I can get this in the light for you. I call it an honor cross, okay? Here we go. It's got a metal concho in the middle. It hangs from the wall, and I change out the metal concho, and on that concho is one of the 4 branches of the military. I think this one is the Air Force. This is Air Force. Okay. So the thing that I bundle, this is pretty substantial. The thing I bundle with this is a matching lapel pin, actually a hat pin, because the military guys, they love wearing hats and they love having the pins that kind of honor what branch of the military they were in. So I'll put this with a matching Air Force pin that they can put in their hat. That's my bundle, those 2 pieces. Okay. Gnomes. The gnome market is insane. I want you to, I invite you to, when you're brainstorming and you're doing some research, I want you to find some mashups that have to do with gnomes. So type in gnome and then something else. This little guy, it looks like he's got a yoga pose. So if you type in yoga gnome and see what comes up in Google, you're going to be pretty surprised. How about, see the unicorn in the back there? Type in unicorn gnome. How about zombie gnome? Who likes skulls in here? Put skull gnome. And start exploring the niche markets for gnomes. Right? If I could do a dachshund gnome, ooh. Okay, I'll play with that. Another niche market
Gnome with a dachshund?
I came across. I had no idea this was a market, but I was with a coaching student, and she's in the glamping market, and we were looking at flamingos, and I mistyped it as we were doing some research on what she could sell. I mistyped it, and it's called flamingo. Has anybody ever been to a bachelorette party on the beach? Apparently, Barbara, that was a look on my face too. The word flamingo, just type it into Pinterest and see what happens.
Okay.
It's pretty insane. These women are having flamingo parties, and it's usually around the bachelorette parties where they've got flamingo mugs. So I go to, I think this is Walmart, and lo and behold, there is a towel, right? That's a kitchen towel with "Let's Flamingo" on it. I'm like, ooh. So that is a market I'm not in. I haven't had time to go after it. So somebody should explore the flamingo market. There's actually like whole party sets, and type in flamingo on Amazon and see what happens. It's pretty odd, but there's money in it because there's a passionate niche market. Okay. Okay. Oh, this. Anybody like unicorns? This is a bundle. This is a really cute tote, and in the tote is a lunchbox, and in the lunchbox is a unicorn bottle. But wait, there's more, because we believe in over delivering. What are you going to hang on this? You're going to hang a cute little unicorn with wings keychain. But hang on, wait, ready, listen.
Fernando is asking, what are your thoughts on doing bundles in the ethnic grocery market?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Not just ethnic, but niche groceries. So I'm a foodie and I love anything truffle. I love Wagyu beef. I can't eat anything else now. It's not in my DNA anymore. I had my first Wagyu and that was it. I'm ruined for life. So anything that I can season that Wagyu with, right? And also truffles. I love truffles. So then not just the ethnic food market, ethnic spices, but also foodie niches. Absolutely. Any market, guys, any market has the ability to bundle. So I'm showing you more. I don't care if you like it or not. Flamingos. Flamingos is a huge niche market. People who
That's
like flamingos,
crazy.
they like campers, right? So here's what I put with this. I put this, which is a beach towel, and this, which is a spa set that says Life's a Beach. Cute little spa set. This is a bundle. 3 different suppliers. You guys want me to stop?
No.
How about men's bundle? Ignore the packaging. I just had to bring it over from the boutique. Ignore the packaging. But here's a man's spa. Here's a manscaping bundle. A man's spa bundle. A face mask
All
with
right.
one of these rollers, right? So dudes who like to look pretty. And then this particular dude also likes to golf because in this bundle comes an entire spa kit, grooming kit that's branded Jack Nicklaus. And then he also has a beard because it comes with the Pioneer set with beard oil and a beard comb. And this is a Father's Day bundle. This is one of my secure sequel bundles. And then, of course, I've got some Mother's Day bundles. One of them is a fashionista bundle. So it's a Mother's Day fashionista bundle.
All right. I've challenged them to start giving you categories and coming up with bundles on the fly.
Okay.
So the first one is cocktails.
Cocktails. Yeah, let me. So give me more information because that's just a product, right?
Mhm.
Give me a niche market.
So cocktail parties.
For who?
So let's say
Flamingo or flamingo.
Cocktail parties for women who like flamingos.
There you
So here's how I would start my bundling process is exactly what I just did. I don't start with a word. I ask, well, who would have these? So who would have a cocktail party around flamingos? And then I would go to Google and type in flamingos, like what the hell is flamingo, right? Only to find that it's women, these girls who are having these parties on the beach. They're going to Cozumel specifically because somebody's getting married and it's their last time to flamingo on the beach with their gal friends.
I'm getting what
So
flamingo is now.
Cocktail mixes. Let's say they can't fly right now. Nobody can go down to Mexico right now, but they can do it poolside.
Right.
So it'll be a poolside cocktail party for bachelorettes, flamingo party for bachelorettes. And you could have, you can do grocery and have the stuff that you add to alcohol to make it different flavors. That's how much I know about alcohol. I'm sorry, guys, I'm a wine drinker. And the sugary stuff that you put on top, and maybe
The rimmers.
the little things, rimmers. Okay. All right, the little things you put in the funky drinks, like the little flags,
Ice cubes, like the decorative ice
cube
cubes that you
trays.
can-
Flamingo ice cube trays, right?
The umbrellas.
Yeah,
I
but
bought so many
flamingos.
flamingo umbrellas.
Yeah.
It's okay for umbrellas.
That's off the top of my head. Give me another one.
We got the next one is astrology.
Ooh, now is that like Taurus, that thing?
Yeah,
Right.
like Pisces,
Taurus,
Aquarius.
so I'm a Taurus, so I would definitely niche that. Well, there's 2 ways you could go. You could go to people who love astrology and like to do like the cards and the readings. Okay, so you could go wide, and I would think that those people might be interested in like gems and crystals. That's off the top of my head, but now we need to validate that. So I would go to Google and just start typing in astrology, card reading, crystals, and look at Pinterest. Click the images tab just to get some ideas of what's happening in the astrology space. But more interesting to me are the different signs, because now we're niching down, just like dog breeds. If you were to go after a dog market, people who like dogs, it's too broad. But you go after people who like Yorkies,
or little dogs or little
dogs or black cats. I have that in here. I'll show you that. Don't have the black cat shirt. I'm going after the black cat market because a black cat owns me, and he's like people ask how Boo is doing before. Oh, here it is. So you in astrology, you would want to niche it down to people who are Taurus or people who have a Taurus spouse. That would be our niche market because we can be a little bit, a little bit hard to handle. So, you can target the friends of people who are of a different sign, or target the people who are a sign, with
I think
or bracelets. What's that?
I think that what I found in doing research for our bundles or doing new product research or whatever is that no matter what you pick, like you can just pick a category like astrology, and as you start doing research, what you find is there's all kinds of paths, right? Like think one of the things that I just learned about goth, right? So I knew what goth was. I didn't know there was something called pink goth and all these other different kinds of goth or pastel goth. That's it. I learned about that the other day. I had no idea. So that's more of a pink, edgy.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
That has a whole, huh?
Isn't that an oxymoron? Pastel goth.
You would think, but it's like an extreme girl edgy thing.
That's the thing. We don't know what we don't know.
Right.
So the whole idea of don't think about the how. Don't think about how am I going to get certificates and how do I get a UPC. Don't think of any of that. When you're doing your brain, all of that is solvable, easy peasy solvable.
Exactly.
You want to start with just an open heart and open mind, like you're a child who hasn't been taught to like question everything and they're just exploring. Go have fun and explore. Would everybody like to see my new black cat bundle that I just put together for you tonight from my kitchen cabinet and playing around with a different kind of packaging just to show you guys. And then also playing around with my newfound personalization. So and I'll tell you where I got everything. I got these at Regent. You can still see the thing. They were on sale. Regent.
You don't know what Regent is. Is that a party store?
Regentproducts.com. If you ever
okay.
They have like 30 booths there. Right up there with Cole Imports. And ask for Corey and drop my name. She gives me the best prices. Whatever their prices are that are listed are not their best prices. So I'll look for their already discounted stuff that they want to get rid of and get even better prices. So I got these wine bags. I know you said you're thinking, Barbara, you told me you're going to tell me about black cats, but look, there's black on the side and it's sparkly pretty. This is the delivery mechanism, but inside, clunk. I got this I wandered in Big Lots, one of the first stores I went into a couple weeks ago, right after getting my vaccine, thinking, I'm going to test this puppy out, right? So I go into Big Lots, and there it is, like the heavens open and the rainbows. Wah! I heard angels sing. A whole area of the store where their T-shirts were marked down and then 50% off. And I got this one that says Cat Mom. And I also got another one that says dogs make me happy, but there's Cat Mom. But then I played with my new machine, my little vinyl machine, and I printed out a silhouette on black sparkly vinyl and made this.
He pressed it on.
He pressed that sucker on there and it's all sparkly. Did you know
we can see the sparkles when you turn it. I think the nice thing about the bag, I mean, I love your shirt. That's a great idea. That like no one can do that now. And
no one.
But the bag is a nice, like I want to just pull out the niceness or the cleverness of the bag. If you were to go make special packaging, which we often do in runs of 250, 500, spaces, it's expensive and it's time consuming. And if you can source different pieces like you're doing, obviously, it makes it unique, but then you're getting a package, quote unquote, like what are French fries if not a ketchup delivery system? If you can get nice, inexpensive packaging like that, where it looks like a prize when the person gets it, it opens up so much.
Hands of bags.
Yeah, it just opens up. it makes it an experience. And when you're selling stuff on Amazon, like that one listing where it basically gave the name, rank, and serial number, but no emotion and no involvement, when you can get someone to see themselves in the product, it sells itself.
Well, this isn't the bundle. This is part of the bundle.
Mm-hmm.
This was $2.50, by the way.
That's excellent.
And then this little guy, I haven't done my numbers on that little, but since it's silhouette, it took me no time at all. Boom, boom, print, and 30
Nice.
seconds with the iron sitting on it. And then this bag, it says 57, so I probably got it for about a quarter, maybe less.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the bottom of the bag is this. Who's my target market? Write it in the chat. Who's my target market for this? Not cat owners.
People who own black cats.
Black.
Oh, that's adorable.
And then the third piece, I have 6 pallets coming in next week from a new supplier. 6 pallets. There are socks on that pallet with cats on them.
So
you know the fluffy
did
socks?
you test? Are you trusting in your knowledge of bundling at this point, or are you testing
I've
it?
done, well, you get
I know you get used. You get to know what
you get an
works.
eye. You get that, like, I wonder if this is something. And
This
the
is
black
totally,
cat,
all of this is totally doable without the socks. Those 3 things together, the shirt, the cup, and that.
but why? Why am I doing the socks in addition? Is this about product? Who's it about?
Because you're adding that extra zing, if you will.
This is about Boo. This is about me.
Your cat
This
comes
is
when
about
it's
me
cold.
with Boo, a black cat who adopted me. I am the target market for this. And I can picture myself sipping tea or coffee out of this mug while I'm
Your
wearing
cat
this
actually
shirt
came.
with my feet up with a blanket on it and Boo sitting on my lap. And on my feet are the socks that have a silhouette of a black cat. I am the target market for this. Those socks make it.
Sorry about that.
Mute, you guys, if you got kids, mute. Thank you. So I'm selling to me. I can picture myself using these 3 products together, and then bonus, it comes in this. I'm like, oh my God. Click.
Yeah.
5-star review.
Yeah. Perfect.
Right. So it's not
totally
just,
repeatable, because even if you can't get that shirt anymore, you can make that shirt.
I can make them. I can make them easy peasy. I can get mugs.
You can make that cup super easy.
So
Socks
let's
are
talk
a little bit
numbers.
harder, but yeah.
But let's talk numbers, because remember I said I don't want to sell anything for less than 25. I want to make $10 each, at least $10 on each of my bundles. This is very doable. How many sell grocery where your margins are like $2, right? This is very doable. This was $2.50, and I can get these shirts. I have to double check, but shirts, just blank white shirts where I can sub on. Let's say my cost is $4.50 on these total.
They'd be
And
even
then
cheaper
these
than that.
mugs
T-shirts are even cheaper. Yeah.
probably get about $2, $2.50. So 4.55, 6.57, $7.25. The socks were $1, $8.25. I'm selling this sucker for
I need to know where you got
$25.
the socks from.
DEI Direct. See, I told you I don't hold
Okay.
anything back. It's a new supplier for me. It's a
Do
very
they
large
do them
order.
custom, or you just found them already made?
They're not custom.
Okay.
But the dollar that they were selling, I bought them all. See, I have another
Yeah.
thing that I do when I see a product that I know I'm going to do bundles with. I won't leave any inventory left for anybody else.
Yeah. That
So I
makes
can
sense.
tell you, go to DEI Direct and look for their cat socks.
It'll be hard for people. It'll be hard for people just starting to do that. Fernando's asking, like, how do you test the market? Well, you do small
Smaller.
runs. When you find something that works, you double down on it. You may not be able to get those same products again because you're
Yep.
finding them in RA or you're finding them online or whatever, but that concept can be rinse and repeat. And then you do it bigger next time and take a bigger bet. But I wouldn't
And-
start by buying pallets of stuff.
No.
from Target.
Oh my
do
gosh, no. Guys,
Ever.
I've been doing this
No.
for a really long time. Okay. And I have a warehouse.
small.
And so, but I started in my garage and my driveway. And I'm sure you've seen stories, Barbara, that story of the rental truck.
Mhm.
So I had
We
3
all
pallets
have, like,
showing
we
up.
all,
My first year, I
learned-
had 3
Little.
pallets showing up at my house because I was still working out of my house. I wasn't even in storage units yet at my home. And it was going to rain that weekend. and 3 pallets are showing up. I'm like, I can't fit these in my garage. So I rented a budget truck, and this semi truck comes rolling down my street. He's got a lift gate on, and I backed up the budget truck. He lowered the lift gate and just rolled the 3 pallets and staggered them on that budget truck so that I could break them down in the truck in the rain that weekend.
Oh, wow.
And then I moved to storage units. And at the last time, last September, when I rented this commercial space, I was up to 5 storage units in Arizona in the summer. It was bad. It was hard. I was sick.
Our last warehouse was 1,000 square feet and 14-foot ceilings. So it was 2,000 square feet because it was packed to the brim. And it was like shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake to get through the whole place. And now we have 10,000 square feet. I'm like, this is every day. I go, this is so nice.
Yeah, I've got 4,065,
no
but I have pallet racking, as you know, so that adds another few.
We have way too much.
How many? 500,000 square feet.
We got a great deal. I don't have storage units anymore. We had 1,000 square feet that we used to the max with storage units, and my garage. Like, it was horrible because we're in New Jersey, and there is not. You go from, like, we were very lucky to even have that little tiny space. Right. The next size space is like 10,000 square feet.
Oh, wait, there were 2 iterations. There were 2 other steps I took between that from garage to nothing. I bought a 20-foot container and I had no HOA, put it on my front yard. Well, it was the driveway.
Oh, you have no HOA. Okay.
And driveway next to the house. I parked it there, 20-foot container, for 8 months during the Q4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sold it in like April, after the Q4 was over, April or May. I had an auction company come pick it up and take it to the auction, and I made $200 on it.
Nice.
And then the next iteration was when I bought this house 2.5 years ago. I built 2 garages on the back, thinking that'll be enough space. But here's the thing: you don't need to go big. You start where you are. You could just use prep centers. You could work out of your garage, your basement.
This is actually a great step for RA because
this was just my journey. You don't need to go. Part of my journey is I have great relationships with my liquidators and my suppliers where I get texts. I'm surprised my phone didn't go off saying, Barbara, we're getting a deal coming in next week. You get first dibs. Here's your best price. Now I can take in more product and just flip it to other sellers.
Right.
I'm only looking for niche product. I don't buy junk. They know, my suppliers know what my criteria are. It's got to be a fanatical niche market. I've taught them how to bundle. So now they're feeding me product that they get in that's related to other product.
That's a really good point. You said 2 things that I want to call out here. Then we need to get any last questions, and we sort of have to wrap it up. I don't want to take too much more of your time. But you said 2 very interesting things. And one was relationships. And newbies need to know that is, the first time I talked to a wholesale, I was so embarrassed, but I pretended I wasn't. And I was so nervous and I thought I was going to throw up, but I pretended I was somebody. I pretended I was this persona of, like big time sell, and I just put it on and I faked it till I made it. But that is the part that gets you to the next level, is the relationships and the things that you build with people. Other thing that's huge is training your suppliers, training them. I have spent countless hours explaining how Amazon works and why what they have doesn't work for me and what could work for me. And they've come back with, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, how about that? Yeah, that works, So, and then maybe one more thing, helping other people, because as you help other people, the karma of that, if nothing else, maybe that person doesn't give back to you, but somebody else comes around the corner and gives to you as you give to other people. And it just, that openness to help people comes through, I think. So
I agree on all accounts. The big one is relationships.
That is the next level getter.
Enter this market as, what can I get from my suppliers and how do I make them give me a wholesale account? You gotta flip that switch completely upside down, flip the script on that. It's like, how can I help them?
Yeah. I call my suppliers at least once every 3 months and say, what do you need from me? How can I help you?
I'm flipping 5 pallets of those spa packages. I'm flipping them to one of my suppliers who has a customer for them.
Nice. That's huge.
Yeah,
Well,
don't just-
last year I had one of my suppliers, I'm the only online seller and everybody else they have is brick and mortar. So I said, I will buy as much as I possibly can from you.
There you go.
I will change I used to buy like once a month. I'm like, I will do it every week. I will send you orders every week. I said, there's stuff that I don't sell of yours. I'll list it and you drop ship it for me.
Nice.
And they're like, huge. And I'll give you an extra fee to do that drop ship. Oh, what happened? Oh, there
I
we
just popped up my information.
Oh.
If anybody wants to reach out to me,
go. I know
my
what
name's
happened.
Barbara Drazga, Drazga. Just find me on Facebook. That's the best way to contact me. I'm happy to answer any of your questions, and put your questions in Barbara's group, and I will scooch over there and answer all the questions that we didn't get to in this presentation.
Thank you so much for coming on. I am back. I have to admit, I probably was a 3. So now I will be a 4 next time.
I'm beautiful. I got my goal. Hey, the other goal was, are you guys excited about bundling? Put yes in the chat. If you say no, I'm coming through the screen at you. I saw tomorrow's black cat. She's another black cat woman. She gets it. Cool. I'm so glad that I was able to be here tonight with you guys. And then let me stop the screen share because now it's just rude. So thank you for having me on here, Barb. I hope it was helpful for you guys. I had fun.
Oh, I think it was huge. Thank you. It's such a great presentation too. So nicely done.
Thanks, Chakra. Sorry, you're just in the background there. You're doing your thing. I didn't mean to ignore you.
Thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Thank you.